Hello, my name is Dr. Yaya Sissoko. Today we are going to talk about Chapter 11, Public Good and Common Resources, the different kind of public good. There are different kind of good in the economy. Good differ whatever they can be excludable or rival in consumption. So excludability is defined as a property of a good whereby a person can be prevented from using it. For instance, I own a cell phone. I can prevent other people from using my cell phone to make a phone call. Rivalry in consumption, on the other hand, can be defined as a property of a good whereby one person use diminishes other people use. For instance, fish so in the ocean or in the river, being a fisherman, if I if I fish and then catch a lot of fish every day, and then I'm going to diminish the ability for other people to be able to, catch the fish. Good can be classified into four categories. The first category is private goods, which are excludable and rival in consumption. One example of private goods are ice cream or cell phone. No one can eat your ice cream if you don't share the ice cream with them. No one can use your cell phone to make a phone call if you don't give them the permission. The second category of good is public good. Public good are not excludable, not rival in consumption. Examples of public good are national defense. No one can be excluded for being protected by the army, mm, public bridges, public street light, public park. No one can be excluded for using the public bridges or enjoying the public street light or going to the park, public park and relax, because they are public. The third category is common resources. Common resources are rival in consumption, but they are not excludable. Example of common resources are fish in the ocean. You can go fishing in the ocean, so with, without being excluded. So another example of common resources is the environment. You can enjoy the environment, without being excluded. So the fourth category is club goods. Club goods are excludable and not rival in consumption. One example for club goods are TV cable. You have to have a subscription in order to enjoy all the channel, from the cable. Or membership to a gym. If you don't have a membership, you will not be able to work out in a gym. Another example also is a fire protection. If you do not have a fire protection subscription, you will not get coverage in case of fire to get damage from the fire if you don't have a fire protection subscription. Another type of public club good is the natural monopoly, which is we have only one single producer who has so the only the resources to produce that good, for instance. Figure 1 summarizes the four types of good. Good can be grouped into four categories according to two characteristics. One is a good is excludable if people can be prevented from using it. Two, a good is rival in consumption if one person use of the good diminishes other people use of it. The diagram above give example of good in each category. For instance, if private good are, so, you know, private goods are excludable and are river in consumption. Example, private goods are ice cream or clothing or congested toll, for instance. So with in order to be able to use, in a toll, you have to pay money to wear clothes. The clothes have to belong to you, and the ice cream you have to own the ice cream cone in order to use it. So you have club, club, club gold are are excludable, but they are not rival in consumption. Example of club gold are fire protection. You have to have subscription in order to be covered in case of fire. You have to have subscription, cable subscription in order to be able to watch all the channel. So uncongesting toll road, so you have to pay toll fees in order to be used to be able to use uncongested toll road. So another category is common resources, which are excludable, but they are not rival in consumption. So example so common resources are fish in the ocean. So you cannot be excluded for using yeah, for going fishing in the ocean, fishing at the river. However, the too much fishing could diminish the use of from other people. The environment, same thing, it's not excludable, but if you don't protect the environment, then other people will not be able to use it. For instance, dumping, chemical wastes into the river or into the environment could damage other people's uses. Congested non-toll road. So these are public free road that anyone can use. So people are not excluded because you don't have to pay any fees. But because too many people use it, then you will not be able to use it efficiently in that sense. It takes you hours and hours before you can get, to your destination. So public goods, on the other hand, here are not excludable. They are not, so rival in consumption. So you can enjoy them as much as you can. The tornado siren in the city, there is a tornado. The siren will go off. So warning everybody. So national defense, the national army is there to protect everyone in the country, so everybody can enjoy the protection of the army. So and congestion non-toll, road. So this road you don't have to pay, and then it's very fast. A lot of cars don't use it, then it's going to be beneficial to you in that sense. Public good and common resources are not excludable. People cannot be prevented for using them. They are available to everyone free of charge. No price is attached to public good and common resources. So the external effect of public good and common resources, you have a positive externality for public good and negative externality common resources. So because there is no price attached to it, so anyone can use it, it's a positive externality like a street light or public bridges. So, but you have a negative externality because going fishing and fishing too much could deplete, so the the quantity of fishes. So other people will not be able to go fishing if the quantity of fishing are depleted. With respect to the public good and common resources, private decision about consumption and production of the public good and common resources can lead to inefficient allocation of the resources because there is no profit driven so goal for the production of public good and common resources, so then, if you let private decision produce this good, there may be a, profit-driven goal which might lead to an inefficient allocation of the resources. Government intervention, so in that sense, can potentially raise economic well-being, with the production of public, good and the protection of common resources. So, with respect to public good and common resources, government intervention can potentially raise economic well-being by using a cost-benefit analysis to fund a public good. So, what is a cost-benefit analysis? The cost-benefit analysis is a study that compares the cost and benefit to society of providing a public good. But this is very difficult to do because measuring how much individual will value a specific good is problematic, because quantifying the benefits is difficult using the result from a questionnaire. Some of the respondents have little incentive to tell the truth. So this implies that efficient supply of public good is much more challenging than efficient supply of private good, because buyer of the private good reveal its value to the seller in contrast to the public good. So, for instance, you know, the decision to place a stoplight at a busy intersection to reduce the risk of fatal accident. So we have to find out the cost, and the cost is known in dollar term, but how we put the value of a life in dollar term. Some studies examine the value of the life earning the individual could have made, but this implies that the life of someone who is disabled or retired has no monetary value. So economy instead may look at the risk that individuals voluntarily take and those that they require compensation for. Workers in risky occupation are paid a wage premium, to take these risks. This approach gives us an idea of the value that an individual places on his or her life. Studies have shown that the value to be approximately $10 million.